Good morning, my dear friends. Welcome to today's Pick a Card. And we're taking a peek into the cards and finding out what you need to know right now. Excuse me. What do you need to know right now? Isn't that the way we could wake up every morning and seeking our divine counsel, the part of us that is divine? The part of us that is connected to spirit. And we were able to hear spirit's agenda for the day. What is it that our inner guidance would point us toward? Good morning, Bina. How can we come to grips with what we see around us and what we're really wanting to manifest? And especially at the beginning of 2025, when you're making your plans and really wanting to stretch and grow this year, as I know you all do. So, my question to you is if you could change anything in your life right now, what would you change? Hold that thought in your mind. Where is it that you want to grow? What do you want to see expand? Hold that in your mind as we do today's readings and see what it is that Spirit has for you in this very important launch of our new year. We're going to be using three decks. My psychic tarot deck there, our chakra love crystal deck, and also my mini itty bitty tarot for clarity. As always, you are welcome here to participate in the collective and receive your message between just you and the universe. However, if you'd like to have a private reading, I'm happy, or personal reading rather, I'm happy to do that for you right here, right now with the super chat. So, with no further ado, let's step forward and see what is the first message that Source has for us this morning. What is it that you need to know to maximize your day? Okay. Okay, so right away, the universe is aware, of course, of what your life situation is. And you are a person who is stoic. You are able to put up with a lot of stuff. You've had negative things happen in your life and you're used to holding everything inside. It feels safer if nobody can actually see into your heart. But today, the universe wants you to know that suffering in silence is not your highest and best, that there is a way to release this suffering and begin to reach out to draw helpers into your life. Suffering in silence only creates longer periods of suffering in silence. So let's take a look here what our tarot has for us. What is your message, my dear sensitive friend? I know that you don't like to hurt people's feelings. I know that you feel stronger than some of the people that are in your life. And I know there's parts of you that think they're going through so much. How can I reach out to them? So let's draw three cards from the deck here and see what is that message for you, my friend. Okay, so here we have this card, this generosity card, that you are a person who's way more generous with others than you are with yourself. Exactly the energy I was picking up for you with the suffering in silence. When you are the provider and you are the one that's always providing comfort to your people, it can drain you of your life force. You might even have aches in your body, your lower back, your shoulders. You could have some physical manifestation of holding too much inside. This conflict has just, it's so tiresome in it, isn't it? This card symbolizes being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Notice how she's holding her arms up to hold herself together, the blindfold, not aware of the cost of what it is to suffer in silence. There's fear and doubt about you don't want to come across as complaining. You don't want to show that you can't handle things, but that's not in your highest good. Temperance, yes, beautiful card. This it represents the Archangel Michael to me always when I see the Temperance card that we do need to balance ourselves. And in this area of putting other people ahead of yourself as if other people are more deserving of love and comfort than you are for yourself is just a misplaced belief because you know how when you go on the airplane and they say, put the oxygen on yourself first. Why? Because if you're traveling with someone who can't put on their own oxygen, you're not going to do them any good if you don't take care of yourself first. Notice the sun shining back here over this mountain. This is what Source wants for you to travel to the place where you have inner security and knowing your connection to the divine. What you need to know right now is that you are not in this alone. You have angels and guides on the other side who see your dilemma, but they do want to help you. All right. So if you've never tried tapping, tapping is the best way to overcome these kinds of doubts because it's very easy to do. You can find YouTube video after video after video that will help you learn how to tap. I have a very small little tapping channel that I'm just starting to feed, and I'll make sure to add the link here when I post new tapping videos. But for right now, can you trust that you have angels to help you? Can you trust that you're not in this alone? It's kind of like a wake up call for you to say, yes, you know what? I'm tired of suffering in silence and I'm ready to have some help. So, an affirmation that can go along with this card is even though I don't know how, I'm able to talk to someone right now. Even though I don't know how, I am open and available to divine intervention right now. Even though I don't know how, I am putting an end to this stage in my life right now. Okay. Now I want to draw, I'm drawing for from the chakra love deck for a little bit of a blessing for you. So let me just shuffle through this beautiful deck and pull a blessing card for you, my friend. I'm sorry that you have to be going through such a hard time. But I know in my own heart that when I was able to reach out and ask for help, it always benefited me. Okay, and we have the solar plexus chakra with amber. Turn your worrier into a warrior. That is so valid for you because your solar plexus is the energy of your personal identity. And as you have been identified with carrying the pain for others throughout this last chapter of your life, it's really not working because you're becoming drained and exhausted. Okay. Worry saps the energy out of you. So trust in your divine guidance. You do a YouTube search for how to make peace with your past with and see what pops up because you will be turned on to meditations and resources that can help you draw a line in the sand and start taking care of yourself first before you take care of the worries of others. All right. Good morning, Anne. Oh, Anne, look at you. This is the 10th super chat that you have added to my world. How can I thank you enough, girl? I appreciate your support so much. And today we're taking a peek. It's early, right? 2025. And so what we're doing is we're asking you, what is it? If there was one thing that you want could change in your life right now, what would it be? You don't need to add it to the comments, but just hold in your mind. If there's one thing that could be better, what is it? And then let's draw that card and see how the universe wants to support you today, Anne. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, material harvest. Okay, so the universe is reaching through these cards today to tell you some good news, Anne. You have been a bit of an underachiever, okay, in the area of financial abundance and material goods. Now, I have a feeling, Anne, that in your lifetime, you're a lucky girl, and you've had times when things have shown up out of the blue. Isn't that true? Gifts, things that you really needed that just appeared. An example from my life is I needed a warmer coat and I was thinking about it. I was thinking, I'm going to have to shop and get myself a warmer coat. I want a knee length puffer coat with a hood. Well, wouldn't you know that in the last week, somebody gave me a coat? They gave me exactly what I wanted. They're moving to a different location and they did not need their coat anymore, and they gave it to me. This has been going on in my life for over 20 years. So, a lot of times, when you're wanting more material blessings, part of the issue is to start creating a list of things that come to you without your spending your own money. I call that invisible money. Okay, so if somebody gave me that coat and she told me it was worth $250 when she bought it several seasons ago, so I could put in my invisible money log $250 because I received a fantastic coat and I did not have to use my own money. Okay, so that's one of the keys in opening the doors of abundance to your life is starting to realize and write down what manifests that you don't have to spend your money on. It's a very fun way to journal. There's a journaling app on my iPhone, and I started my January journal of manifestations there so I could just do talk to text and keep track because I was curious. Even though I have a couple of manifesting goals that are my personal projects right now, I know if those 2 things come, my life will radically shift, but I thought on my way to seeing the delivery of those manifestations, what other things come in? And I don't wanna miss a thing, okay? So, Anne, do start keeping track of your invisible money. Oh, maybe you already do that. That's awesome because invisible money is a treat and you don't have to pay taxes on it. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have. So, Anne, you are a master manifester. I think we have not gotten to know each other as well as we might yet, but I have a sense that you're what I call a natural. Natural manifestors kind of go through life in a way that weaves in these remarkable coincidences, being in the right place at the right time that is undeniable. Now, when naturals start to manifest using techniques like scripting, journaling, affirmations, vision boards, that sort of thing, they can kind of get lost because they're a natural and they've seen such magic happen by itself that they get lost in the process of becoming a manifesting, a deliberate creator. Are you familiar with that term, Anne? A deliberate creator? That's what I am. And you deliberately create through changing your story about what it is that you're experiencing. Finding invisible money in your current situation is a way of reframing an absence of money, right? Because when things are tight and you're budgeting and you're being very mindful about your spending, it can seem that you're missing out. When in actuality, the abundance is constantly flowing right around you all the time if you notice it. Yep, that's what I'm saying, Anne. So when you find yourself in a place where you need something or you desire to double your income this month because it will make your life more fulfilling and enriching. There's nothing wrong with that. Notice that surrender with these hands, right? And as you surrender, I love meditation. It's teaching me so much about detaching from all those wham, wham, wham thoughts that come in my mind all the time. Meditation quiets my spirit. And I look at this outfit that our figure is wearing, green, which is the color of the heart chakra. So when we look here, we have our three of wands. And this, Anne, really is just wonderful because you are a natural manifester, but you're at a place in your journey where you want something more. And there's nothing wrong with that. You want something more. And is it in your material world? Of course. Look at the stack of coins there. And it's okay to want more. The yellow of this background card is the color that shows up in the tarot with abundance. So it's an echo of material harvest and the justice card. One of the things that I see with the justice card is that often the card is a wake up call to start being more fair with yourself. So sometimes, Anne, the message is, are you being hard on yourself? Do you have an inner critic that bugs you about your imperfections? Also, the figure is dressed in red, as is this figure. And so it seems to me that there might be some blocks to your natural manifesting skills that are tied up with your family of origin. Now, you have not shared much with your family of origin with me, but we all do have roots that go back to hook us and hold us like an anchor to our abundance because of how we were raised. So, the number one thing that you're not seeing that you need to know right now is that the roots of your inner experience with abundance are getting loosened up. You know how in the spring you have to break the dirt to make room and allow for those little seeds to drop in under the warmth of the sun? This is what's happening for you in January. As everything is dormant and the white snow is covering the ground, it's a great time for you to investigate some of the history and the roots of abundance in your family line. It might even be back into your grandparents or great grandparents. Who immigrated here to the States for the first time? What losses did they endure? This is going to be a juicy year for you. Oh, I just got goosebumps all over my body. I'm very in tune with this mission because when you are a natural manifester, what is it that you can add to what now is a natural skill? Okay. So I couldn't help but pull this crystal card because that gorgeous yellow that just matches. Now, remember too that the yellow, did I say this already? The yellow is the color of the solar plexus. And so it just shows that your identity as an abundant person is what's developing. The king is mastery. Why would we go back all the way to the three? It's because there's a part of you that is unknown right now. There's a part of you that's knocking on your door. I'm going to ring the bell. There's a part of you that is eager to introduce itself to you. Are you wearing yellow? Come on. Okay, this is such a cool message. There's a part of you that is reaching out to get to know you so you can open the doors to that material abundance. Okay, and this is topaz. Manifestation is the fruition of confidence and belief. Hold on to that one, Anne. How true is that, isn't it? That right now you know manifestation is real. The trouble is there's this puzzle. How can you solve the puzzle of stretching your manifestation skills into the future? Okay. So I know that you love tapping and I know that you feel confident in it. And so, Anne, I am going to be releasing some tapping videos over on my other channel, and I will make sure that I let you know. I'm just trying to figure out the logistics and how to go about it. So some of the tapping videos that I will create will be coming directly from these live readings because it's a way for me to judge what it is you all are needing and to be able to create tapping videos that would support you. Okay. So thank you, Anne. Thank you for being here so faithfully and those 10 super chats, girl. My heart is so grateful. Okay, so Serenity, hey Serenity, welcome, my friend. I'm so glad you're here with me right now. So, to receive these readings, now, those of you who are just listening along, I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot, where we are all about breaking the patterns that are holding us back from what we're wanting. So, today's question, if you could change anything about your life, if there's one thing that if it changed, it would be, it would get your attention. You don't have to write it in the comments, just hold it in your heart and let's see what it is you need to know right now from the universe. Happy New Year to those of you. It's the first time I'm greeting you since we turned to 2025. I'm so glad you're here to visit. Please hit the thumbs up and just that's your way of touching base with me and connecting us energetically. So Anne, I'm glad you're still here because this is like an echo of the same energy that we're seeing. And you know what? I This is a peach tree. I'm noticing these are peaches. I think the first time I looked at this, I saw it as an apple tree, but it's a peach tree. And you know what? It always makes me kind of grin inside about peach trees is that I heard many years ago that peaches, when you have a peach tree, when the very first fruit comes out, those itty bitty teeny weeny peaches that are on the tree, that the peach farmer will go out and pick off all of those first itty bitty peaches, because as you prune off the tiny fruit, juicier fruit grows. Okay, and also I look at the butterflies that are floating around, which of course is about transformation. So serenity. What we're seeing here is that if I could use the word, um, you have a peach, her name is Georgia. That's very cute, Anne. But serenity, that some of what you're wanting, because I'm feeling here that your heart's desire is about a connection. When you think about what it is you really want to change in your life, I'm just feeling like having a partner, a connection where you're growing something together is what you're wanting. All right. So these peaches, part of that is that I believe the universe is saying to you, let me just draw our cards, that what you're seeing yourself as small, as too small, that there's something about your vision for your future that is smaller than what the universe has for you. And can you expand your dreams beyond what you are currently thinking? Sometimes this energy comes if if you're oh, okay. So sometimes the energy comes because you are holding on to the dream of a relationship that broke up, that you have there's something in you that believes that you've already met your partner, but they don't know it yet. Does that make sense to you, Serenity? That there's a human that you're already interested in, and you're not sure which way to go. That's the energy I'm picking up here. So let's see. So we have our hanged man. Yeah, so you've put yourself on hold, that there is a particular person that you feel is your partner, and you've taken yourself out of the dating world, that you're not interested in meeting new people. Serenity, this is a very particular reading. I'm so curious if it resonates with you. You guys, as you know, you can email me with questions and I will get back to you. I do love magnet readings free of charge so that you can get a handle on what's going on in your love life. But if you have questions about one of these readings, you are absolutely welcome to email me, because I'm just feeling that you're seeing your dream too small. That's what keeps coming to me here. And that you've taken yourself out of meeting new people because you are in this place of this hermit energy, that you've separated yourself from other people, that you're following a light in your own mind about the perfect partner. Okay. So, as the universe calls you to let prosperity begin when it comes to your love life, what would that look like when you are closed to meeting new people? Okay. Let's take a look. Oops. There we are. Ah, this is so dear. I love cards so much. You guys, for some reason, the stories that come to me when the cards fall out are helpful to you, and I'm over the moon with gratitude that that's true. So, serenity, the source, it's the beginning of 2025, and the source is calling you to seriously consider where you are right now. You have spent time wanting to manifest a certain thing. Okay. There's a certain goal, and it could be somebody you've met, or it could be somebody that you used to date who has broken up with you. But you are definitely stuck in a pattern that's so small that, yet, some people say, can I manifest my ex back? And I always say, why do you want to do that? Usually, an X is an X for a reason. But when the Fool card comes up, this is not about being foolish. It's on the contrary, it's about being ready for something brand new. If you turn your back to this past and you walk forward, trusting that the universe is going to provide for you in 2025. So you step away from what you have been trying to manifest for the last few years, and you say to yourself, look, I want what I want. I know that I want to be with a partner who loves, respects, and cherishes me. You have the permission of the Almighty to desire that. But going on a brand new journey in 2025, closing yourself off to how you used to think about love and march forward to something new. What the picture shows us is there's something growing underneath the surface. The message of the peaches is just pinch off those dreams that you've had that are not coming true. Write a brand new list. Get out a piece of paper and write a brand new list of what would be an ideal partner for you. All right. Um, YouTube, what is the person's name I'm thinking of? Hold on. I'm trying to think of who I would recommend to begin this belief change into starting a brand new love. So, what I would suggest for you, my dear Serenity, is go to the YouTube search and honestly just write in there, how do I start looking for new love? And then, whatever YouTubes come up, start there. Watch for resonance, watch for goosebumps up the back of your neck. You are due to wake up, step out, and begin to meet new people. One of my favorite ways, and I often will tell clients this, is to get involved in some kind of volunteer work. Volunteers are wonderful. Volunteers have a part of their heart that is in generosity, and it's desiring to connect and help people. So if whether it's handing out food at the food kitchen, you could sort clothes at an area clothing distribution center. If you love animals, you can go take care of the animals who need care and love. There, once you start getting out of your current stuck situation and shower love to humans that are not soulmate material, they're just regular people. That's a way for the universe to start operating within you to bring you the love that you deserve. The love that you want is probably not going to come up to your door, knock on your door, and say, excuse me, is Serenity home? You need to get out into circulation. Okay, my friend? All right, let's see what the crystal is. Ooh, this is the one that's got my attention. Isn't that pretty? Let's see what your blessing is, Serenity. And this is tourmaline, beautiful crystal. Trust your intuition. It is in contact with a higher source of knowledge. Serenity, this is very true. Your intuition will speak to you with goosebumps and shivers. As you open your heart to attracting new love, pay attention to what causes you to get goosebumps or to shiver, because that will be guiding you forward. Okay. Thank you so much, Serenity, for being here with us today. I always appreciate you. Thank you for supporting my channel. You are one of the older members of the channel. You've been with me a long time, and I appreciate you. Hey, Roxy's here this morning. Roxy, my friend. Is it chilly in Scotland today? It is very chilly in Tennessee. Let me just take a sip of my tea. And for those of you who are just joining, I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot. I used to be Fish Out of Water Tarot, but I'm starting an experiment through the year 2025, and you guys are part of that experiment. I want us to break the patterns that we're holding patterns in our own mind that are keeping us back. And it's easy to blame other people and think, oh, so and so did that or so and so did this. The reality is, we have self defeating patterns that we need to overcome. So, if that sounds appealing to you, well, you are in the right place. And I hope that you will join the channel, or certainly hit that thumbs up and like what you're hearing, so that we continue to build momentum. All right, so snow over the weekend. Brr. There's supposedly going to be snow this coming week for us in Tennessee, and that's very odd and uncommon for this part of the country. Okay, so Roxy, movement, choices, and decisions. Door number one, door number two, door number three, or door number four. I love this for you. The very first thing I want to say to you, Roxy, is the universe is saying, lighten up, lighten up. Playful attitude, right? Being able to not take things too seriously and to choose playfulness, fun, light-hearted choices. All right. So I have this figure, and remember, it is the gender doesn't matter, it's the energy. But I'm looking at how what's striking me is that this figure, there's this line of the shadow that's going to this door, and there's the line of a shadow that is going to this door right here. But the vision of the person is going towards the relationship door. Isn't that interesting? And over here to the left, we have the financial door. And then here with the green, with the plant growing, I would say that that signifies to me the growth of other life items around you, your life outside of relationship, just the growth, and then freedom. The clouds to me suggest utter freedom, where you have the experience of delight, you and the universe communing in a way that blesses you, that has nothing to do with other things that you're wanting to manifest. But because the figure is got these two shadows going out, it's just showing me that there are distractions for you. All right. So as you take our date today's question, which is, if you could change anything in your life right now, what would you change? And again, you don't have to add a comment, just hold that in your mind. And let's see how the tarot directs us today. And of course, you pick the wedding ring card. Duh. What is it that the universe has to say? I just feel this lightening up, not taking things too seriously. What is it Roxy needs to know right now? Okay. Mhm. Another one. Uh-huh. Very interesting. So this is darker energy, let's face it. We got a little bit of disappointment, a little bit of shakeup going on. Okay, let's see. What is the final card for our friend Roxy? Thank you so much. You have gotten so many super chats, I've lost track. Appreciate you so much, Roxy. This is it. Okay. So, yes, so there's a part of you. Okay, so I feel like I know what it is that you want to manifest. in 2025 because you and I speak and you work with me privately, and so we know that. But what you need to know, what you're not seeing right now, is that there is a shadow within your energy, and it's definitely connected to past disappointments. It's part of life. Many times people suffer from something I call toxic positivity, where they're just nervous about allowing themselves to glance at the darker, shadowy parts of your personality because it seems that that would glorify or expand the darkness if you look at it. But what you're being shown here, this beautiful hermit, he carries the light of the star in the lantern. So, can you see it, Roxy? Can you see in the lantern there is a star? That's the healing, right? All of this, the star card is about healing. So here we have this hermit figure looking back over these other two cards. And the promise is that you're on your way to what you want. The progress is slow, isn't it? It's too slow. You have been discouraged. I know you've been discouraged about why this thing that you're wanting is dragging its feet. So I believe that these two shadow marks here on this card are a sign to you that there's some housekeeping that you need to do. And I know you love tapping, and tapping is a wonderful tool. Roxy, I'm going to be um, I'm going to be putting some tapping videos up soon because it's part of my New Year plan. And so after the card readings, I'll take a general theme and I'll create tapping for it. And thank you. You know what? Thank you for saying that, for blessing my channel as you do. I appreciate it deeply. So for you, though, this dark figure here, this is disappointment over the past. So it may or may not have to do with past love. It could be from a decision that you made. There's bridge here. See the bridge in the background? There may have been a time when you took a choice, did in a certain way, that has caused you to have a regret. Over here on the far side of the river, that's like the castle. That's like the achievement of what this figure is desiring. But the disappointment and regret is causing them to lose their momentum and just stand still. And then the tower. You have had some challenges that were like tower experiences where your whole world just like and it kind of falls apart a little bit. But we need to have that to crack open our own hearts to receive the love the universe has for us. Part of the reason that you've been in the waiting room for what it is you're looking for is because you don't want to attract someone to your life who is in a painful life cycle. When you have unexpressed pain, disappointment, or regret within your personality, it can show up with physical pain. It can show up in your body in an ache or in an affliction. It could be a sign of that. Do you know who Louise Hay is, Roxy? Louise Hay is an expert from last century. She passed away a few years ago, but every single disease or affliction she feels has a spiritual connection. Okay, so you could do a YouTube or just a regular Google search, name the affliction that you're dealing with, and ask the question, what is the spiritual meaning of having this affliction? For example, if I was fighting against lupus, for example, and you would say, what is the spiritual lesson in lupus? And watch what comes up, because whatever it is you're dealing with, I think has an emotional base, because I know that you want something and you want it badly. So, what you're not seeing is this process that you're doing right now to be in the hermit mode, to submit yourself to healing what is holding you back from love is going to pay off. Okay. I'm glad that these cards have shown up here in the beginning of January because it's the beginning of it's the beginning, it's the first day of the rest of your life. And so it's something for you to be mindful of. If you get disappointed or you want things to move faster, allow that. Say to yourself, even though I don't know how, I'm being so much more patient now. Even though I don't know how, I'm opening myself to healing now. Even though I don't know how, I'm trusting the source and its timing right now. Okay. And oh my gosh, Anne, I'm so sorry. That's so wild because I don't even know why I said lupus, but I will lift your daughter in prayer. That's not easy, is it, my friend? Especially when we see our children suffering. Okay, let us pull a crystal card for you, Rox. What is your blessing? Ooh, this is pretty, isn't it? This matches that blue sky. And I do feel like, oh, you know what? This shadow that's going over here, I wonder if you have questions in your heart about freedom and what freedom will look like if you were in a couple. Okay. All right. Let's see here. We have the throat chakra. Ah, listening. If you want to be heard, learn to listen. If you want to be heard, learn to listen. How does that apply for you, Roxy? Hmm? I know that because of your learning style and because of your birth sign, that there you can come across as stubborn. Bye, Anne. Love you, girl. We'll talk to you soon. And I'm not. Sometimes when the cards call us out, it's okay. You know, I don't want to offend. But the thing is that if you have a hardness anywhere towards yourself, you need to break up the soil and learning to listen to both sides of any issue is going to make you a better partner. Okay, because you want to be open and available to your partner without triggering to some sort of hermiting. You don't want to hermit while you are in your couple because you want to, even if you have to step away to have some healing, you always want to be open to your partner's response to you. Okay. So I just think you have skill set stuff going on. Um, there's a there contact me, Roxy, on WhatsApp because there's a couple of resources that I can give to you about people skills, and I think it would really benefit you just to look in general about getting along with humans better. Okay? Excellent. Excellent reading, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see what develops for you in 2025, my friend. Okay, let's go forward and for the collective. Hi, Vasuda. If you want a personal reading, absolutely. Just hit the super chat and I'm happy to do a personal reading for you. Otherwise, what we do to here is you just hold in your mind what your concern is. And you then claim the reading for yourself. If you would like to choose a super chat, you can do that, and I'm happy to help you. So while you're considering that, Vasuda, I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for the collective just to give you time to grab that super chat if that's what you're wanting. Now, for those of you who are here for the first time, I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot, and we're all about finding the patterns within our own self that are holding us back from what it is that we're desiring. So, right now, excuse me, I need a sip of tea. Right now, to prepare for this particular card, hold on to what it is, excuse me, what it is in your mind. If you could change anything in your life right now, what would it be? Let's let Source guide us. Man. All right, my friends. So, what is it that you want to win this year? Are you an athlete? Are you a musical performer? Do you want to get onto The Voice and win The Voice? Do you want a promotion at work? This card is particularly for people who want to win All right, Vasuja, I got you. I'll do you next, my dear. Thank you, darling. Okay, this is particularly for somebody that wants to win. You want to be a winner. It could be where it's your career, that you're in a career where there are wins and losses. And so this is a card of a very deep and meaningful desire to win, to be triumphant. Okay, the very first thing that comes up to me is to remember as you're going for that win and to be triumphant, it's important you're doing it for yourself. You don't want to do it to please other people. Sometimes when we've had a lot of challenges in our life, we can feel like we want to prove ourselves, that we want to show them, see, I always knew that I would be successful. And that can hold you back a little bit, my friend. So let's just draw our other cards here and let's investigate for our friend who wants triumph, a win. They've waited long enough and they feel the universe is going to be dealing up a win for them. What is the message? If you're resonant with the cards today, hit that like button, throw your girl some flowers because I truly appreciate and love you for being here listening to our reading today. Thank you, friends. Okay, one more card. Oh, it jumped right. Oh, a whole bunch of cards jumped out. Okay, hold on. Oh my goodness, the universe is all excited about this need to win. Okay, so we only need one card. Hold on, you guys. Because we had a whole bunch pop out, so I'm just going to pick one. Okay, so the need to win, the desire to win a contest or some kind of life achievement. Okay, let's see what the cards have for us. This 10 of Pentacles is the tree of life is pictured here, and this is a card of manifestation. You know, it's manifestation of family, of money, of love. There's a lot of juice, like a treasure chest right here. Okay. And so as you are in this juice of knowing that you deserve what you're wanting, that you are ready to pay the price, whether it's training, learning, whatever you have to do, you are open and available. So, this card indicates to me that this is what I would call a clean desire. That sure, it'd be nice if your family and friends would be proud of you. I get that. But that's not what it's about. You are carrying this banner and that light behind you, like the light of the sun, bright and showing you the way. So this is a hell yes from the universe that yes, whatever it is, and those of you who are just listening along, if you have wanted to achieve a goal and you know in your heart that you have a winning idea or a winning talent, hit the thumbs up and join this energy. This beautiful strength card, look at the glow of the yellow behind this card. That is the color of abundance as it shows up throughout the deck. And it's auspicious to have this going for you. This figure has tamed the lion of fear and doubt. And the fear of rejection, the fear of not measuring up, the fear of what if I lose? You have dealt with this. I think it shows somebody who takes manifestation seriously and is using the tools. But what excites me the most is this yellow glow. Look at the yellow glow behind the triumph. So it shows me that the universe and the angels, the guides, and even ancestors of yours are behind you 100%. You are the person riding the horse into the future. And you may feel isolated sometimes. You may have had to turn away from some things that you loved in order to make this happen. This reminds me of like an Olympic athlete who actually leaves their home and everything they know to go train with someone in a different country. Someone who is saving, they're not letting themselves buy the things that they want. They're not letting themselves eat and drink the things that they want because they are so focused on that win. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, whoever is listening to this, be sure to affirm I am 100% comfortable winning my situation and name it. Stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eye. See if it rings true as you say it. I am 100% prepared to win what this is that I'm desiring. This is a very powerful energy combination here. If when you look in the mirror, you don't feel that way, like when you say, I'm 100% prepared to win my situation, and you feel that little bit of a cringe, or what if it doesn't work out? That's fine. These little doubts that come in to fight against your highest good, we call that self sabotage, and you can get through that. But right now, hold on to your dreams. What I would say is grab a piece of paper and write out a detailed version of what it will look like when you win your thing. Okay. So, if again, if you're a musician and you're planning to play in a competition in a couple of months, you want to write out everything from getting in the car to going there. What clothing do you wear? Who's in the audience? What temperature is it outside? Be detailed. Write a story around the day that you get your win. All right. Great piece of advice. I think I'll do that myself. Okay, let's look for our crystal blessing for the collective. And then Vasuda, you are next. I hope I'm saying your name right. Vasuda. This beautiful pink card caught my attention. Let's take a look. And it is the heart chakra, rose quartz, self love. You can only love others as much as you love yourself. This is like a beautiful capsulation of the reading because you can't win for someone else. You need to win for yourself. Your achievement of the goal you're working for, as you focus on lifting your own being and love yourself through the journey, many people will be inspired by your story. All right. If this is you, please write to me. I would love to be on your team of cheerleaders. So if you are working towards a major win this year, drop me an email. Let me know so that I can be cheering for you from Tennessee. Ujal, welcome. I'm so glad to see you today. I'm glad you found me because some of you guys knew me as Fish Out of Water Tarot. And since I rebranded, people are kind of wandering around looking for me. So I'm glad you're here. So Vasuda, thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate you. So what we're doing today is holding on in your mind to what it is. If you could change anything in your life, if you could change anything in your life to make it better, what would it be? You don't need to put it into the stream, not necessary. The universe knows your heart. So Vasuda, let's take a look. If you could change anything in your life, what would it be? Okay, Vasuda, I feel, excuse me, I just have to have a sip of tea. When my voice gets crackly or I feel pressure in my throat, a lot of times it means that somebody is not speaking their truth. And Vasuda, this might be part of what's going on for you. That what the universe wants for you is wisdom, and that the choices that you're facing, they are big, aren't they? There's big choices, big decisions. And it's like everything's frozen in time. This dog is just looking back at our figure. The family over here is looking toward the figure. The figure has a book and the light is shining out of that book, right? And the figure is clothed in that beautiful purple cape. So, what I'm seeing here is that whatever the issue is that you're facing, Vasuda, that wisdom will be a big key. That book, let's call it the Book of Wisdom. And the figure, who is that? Who is dressed in the purple that is here to guide you today on finding the wisdom you need for your situation? Okay, let's pull our cards. What is it that you have for our friend? My goodness, this one popped out instantly. Okay, what is it that we have for our friend Yasuda? Wow, okay. It came out in a hurry. We have the King of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. Okay, excuse me. All right, so I definitely am picking up energy around my neck and my throat that shows me that that Yasuda, I think with your personality, I feel like you're a gentle, quieter personality, and that it's been hard for you to balance the things that are going on in your life. I think people look to you for wisdom. You may be young, and the older people in your life might look to you for wisdom. And your part of you is thinking, why? I'm just a young person. I am not an expert. But I have a feeling that people have come to you for advice for your whole life. You know, that you've had school friends from years ago that would want to talk to you because they felt that you have wisdom. But there's a problem in that because now at this point, there's a part of you that doubts what it is that you're doing and why people come to you. You can feel burdened by other people's pain and other people's decisions, that you do have this power couple here in the cards. The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a figure who is very stable, very secure, and yes, very able to use their money properly. And so that's something that we need to always keep in mind, that we can achieve mastery of of our own finances. And more important, that the pentacles are also the card of relationship skill. The cups are the card of love, and there's no cups here. So love is not a question. Oh, Vasuda, okay, we're on the right track. You are so right. It is completely draining. And so the Queen of Wands, I personally vibrate to the Queen of Wands energy. I am a master manifester. I don't say that to brag. I just see it. It's happening in my life. I have manifested the most amazing string of events since 2015. And so I know that I can be a deliberate creator, and that my deliberate creation comes from how I frame my story. How do I talk about what it is that is happening in my life? How do I balance the fact that some people want to lean on me too hard? And how do I stay in my own lane? See, there's a lane here. How do you stay in your own lane and yet still help people? So, Vasuda, this situation is very interesting. So, when you're saying in your life what you need right now, I feel you are at a crossroads and there's some decisions that you need to make. You can't help everyone. And I think that you know that, that at this point, this drained feeling that you have, and also my throat bugging me right now, is showing me that it's difficult for you to speak your truth. Because when you think about telling these people the truth, you are afraid of their reaction, that they're going to react badly. And so that's holding you back. When I look at this figure here, there's a blindfold on. So it, in a way, for you, I think that you're choosing to be blind to some of the badness that's happening because you can't envision yourself delegating these people to others, okay, or just closing a door to a relationship where all they do is complain, complain, complain. And you have great ideas and you suggest things to them. And guess what? They don't do it, do they? They just come back the next week and complain some more. I have a client that is a hairdresser, or no, excuse me, a manicurist, and she does people's nails. And every week when those people come back for their nails, guess what? They say the same list of problems over and over again. So I feel like what you're needing is wisdom. Okay. You don't need anything but source right now. What's happened is that your people are looking to you like you are the source. Isn't that true? People lean on you as if you are the source, and you can't be the source to someone else. Only source is source. So I believe the universe is calling you to desire wisdom, that get out a piece of paper for yourself and write down, in 2025, I am wiser than I ever knew. In 2025, I am flowing in divine wisdom. In 2025, I am protected by divine wisdom. These affirmations can help because they will guide you to sources that will help you draw those boundaries. There's a really good book called, what's the name of it? It's by Melody Beatty, and it's about, oh, yes, it's called Codependent No More. So write that down. Codependent No More. It's a very old book, and the author is Melody Beatty. And she has some great processes and exercises that help you detach yourself from people who need more than you have. One piece of advice I will give you from my perspective, because people do come to me for advice, and sometimes I can lay cards for them, and and we can do tapping together, and it does release some of the pressure. But I'll tell you, some of the people that have come to me, I have referred them to therapy. I said, you know what? I don't have the tools to help you. You might be comforted in therapy or going to a 12-step group. Now, sometimes they might become upset with me, but the truth is, I know I'm 72, so I'm a little bit older than you probably. And what I've learned over time is that I don't serve that person by trying to give advice when it's out of my hands. There's someone contacted me right now. They just found out they're getting a divorce and they wanted a reading. And I said, you need to talk to an attorney. You need to talk to someone who can help you know what your rights are. For her to spend her money on a reading right now is not wise, because she needs to take care of her children and make sure that this process goes fairly for her. It's not easy for me to turn my back and say I can't help you, but I've learned over time it serves them better. And just being able to say, I love you so much. You know that I care about this problem that you're dealing with. But quite frankly, it's too much for me. I don't have the skill to help you. And they might say, oh, yes, you do. You're brilliant whenever you say this or that. And I appreciate that they want to do that with you. But the true people, the people that you are divinely assigned to help, you'll know them because they take responsibility for themselves and they don't lean on you too hard. Okay. So definitely write down that word codependent, and you can just do a YouTube search and YouTube search for videos on codependence, because I think it will really help you. Okay, Vasuda? Now, let's draw a crystal card for you. Oh my goodness, my time has gone so fast today. I'm going to be back. I'm always trying to come live. I don't do it every day, but I would love to. But please do feel free to drop me an email. I love to hear your ideas and what you want to do readings for. If you are excited to do, that's a great question, Vasuda. Drawing people that are codependent, what do you need to see in yourself? That is what it will teach you. You have a magnetism that pulls in people who are codependent, which means that you have something within your being that you are not aware of that's pulling these people to you. So if you want to email me, Vasuda, you can go ahead and email me and I'll tell you. Oh, thank you, Bina. I'll tell you the name of that book I was talking about because I think it'll really help you. Okay. So let me draw your crystal card. And isn't that gorgeous? Okay, let's see. And we have malachite. Malachite, forgiveness. You'll find freedom in forgiveness. So, a lot of times when people attract a lot of codependent relationships, there's a confusion within your personality that you have let someone down. And self forgiveness is a huge step to walking in freedom away from this jail that you're in, to be so careful not to offend other people. Yes, we always need to forgive others, but forgiving ourselves is huge. So do shoot me an email. I will give you the name of that book. For those of you who are watching, we're talking about Melody Beatty's old book, it's very old, and it's called Codependent No More. And so if you're curious, like, why am I drawing all these people? Well, that will show you. Okay, my friends, I am finished for today. Thank you for checking me out. I am Catherine, Breaker Tarot, where we are all about breaking up the patterns that are keeping us separate from our heart's desires. So do come back and visit. I love seeing you here. It means a lot to me. Hit the thumbs up. Throw the girls some flowers because I appreciate that. And I look forward to see you. Oh, yes, I can tell you. The lizard, here it is. I love lizard. Okay, lizards have the capability of growing a new tail. If they get caught by a predator, they can, and they pull off their tail, they actually grow another one. It's about regeneration. So for a human, we don't have a tail that we can wag, but we do have a tale that is the story we tell about our lives. So if you are telling a tale about your life that is not working, you can grow a new tale. Okay. You can change your story about your life by how you talk about it. That's what we learn here at Pattern Breaking. And you, Vasuda, you have a pattern of attracting the wrong kind of people. But as you become willing to tell your story in a new way, you will free yourself from that. And we do. I mean, Roxy's been with me a long time. Roxy, you're growing a new tail, aren't you? And Anne, who left earlier, my people who come to my channel, when we break the patterns of what it is that's holding us separate from what we want to create, we actually write a new story for our lives. And so I'm thrilled that you asked that question, Vasuda, and that I'm going to be teaching about that continually throughout 2025. Because if the life story you're living is unsatisfactory, you can change it. I promise you, because I've done it myself. I was raised with lots of hardship and lots of stuff, drama. And I've come now, I just talk about it differently. And I see myself as strong and capable and able to rely on Source to be my guide. Okay? Does that help you, my darling? All right. God bless you all. We'll see you at the next live. And special thanks to Bina for being my wonderful um, guide and helper here. And then also thank you to Rakesh, who is always doing my timestamps for me. You guys fill my life with joy. And I'm grateful for all of you who blessed me with super chats today. Okay, see you next time, you guys. Love ya.